Hi everyone, Liz here with Garden Happy. In today's video, I'm going to take you on a little tour so you can see my garden and what it looks like after being neglected for over a month. Yes, because I had COVID and I have not been out in the garden at all, except just to water it and maybe tinker around and do a couple little things here and there. It's been a while. So I hope you will enjoy today's August garden tour. Okay, so where do I begin? On the left-hand side, I have a beautiful lantana in my vintage bathtub. I cannot believe how much this flowered out. I haven't been out in my garden very much, and actually just this morning I could not believe how many flowers were on it. In fact, I even saw one of those hummingbird moths. Those are those big giant sphinx moths that look like hummingbirds when they fly. So cool. And I also have a squash. I don't know why I put the squash in here. This is the first year I did it. I just thought I'd try something new. So if you've noticed, under these veggie boxes, I usually have little veggie signs made out of corrugated steel. Well, the paint just chipped off, so I decided to put some little horseshoe flowers here instead. And this is a Model A, original Model A wheel. And another horseshoe flower. Okay, there's always so much in my garden, it's kind of hard to know where to start. This little corner, I have some vinca. And vinca growing out of the little strawberry pot. I got that at a garage sale for $5. And now that I keep the chickens in their chicken coop, I'm actually growing strawberries. I got this little milk, what is it called? A milk can, I don't know. I got that at a garage sale too. I'm thinking about taking this chair and table out and putting a water fountain there. What do you think? Okay, another vintage bathtub that I got at a garage sale. $50, can you believe it? It has all the feet and hardware and everything. Okay, back over here in my vintage bathtub, I have some golden yarrow. Oh, we got a little bud, yay. Some more vinca. The Shasta daisy right there, that's done blooming. But that's okay because it's making some strong rhizomes for next year. And in the center, I have a butterfly bush. That's done blooming, but I still like it for the interest. And during the summertime, more little blooms pop up here and there. Just not quite as big of a show. Oh, there was a hummingbird. And we have some sweet alyssum on the left. And over here, I'm not done painting my bench and finishing up this little cottage garden corner. Like I said, I was sick with COVID and that just kicked my butt and knocked me out. So this little cottage garden corner is still under construction. I'm planning on growing tall flowers, hopefully zinnias, but it might be too late in the season. Like I said, I was put on hold for a while. We have two big zucchinis here and they have definitely been neglected. You know, I was going to prune all of the leaves because they don't look so good, but I discovered I have a ton of ladybug larvae growing on them. Looks like they already hatched. Oh wait, here's one. So I was gonna say I can't show you, but here's one. So I didn't have the heart to prune all the not so healthy looking leaves because there's ladybug larvae everywhere. See? So I'm just kind of letting nature do its thing. I don't want to disturb the ladybugs. But I've been eating lots of zucchini for sure, and I pick it when it's really young. Oh my goodness, it's so much better. Because it grows so fast, I just keep picking it, and it's so tender when you cook it. I never used to do that. I would wait till it got a little bit bigger, but now I just pick it when it's younger, and it's so good. So did you know that you can pollinate your own zucchini if you don't think you have a lot of bees? This is a male plant, and you can tell because the stem is very thin. So that's like the male part. And this one is a female. So if that flower, when that flower opens up, if I just take the little pollen thingy off or use my finger like a bee and touch that flower, you can tell that's the female because that's the fruit right there. She's gonna have a baby. So if I just put the pollen on the female, then she'll grow a nice big zucchini. Now these either didn't get pollinated or the heat destroyed those. California has been experiencing a severe heat wave. And then we have some Mexican sunflowers. Those are about halfway done because you can kind of tell they're starting to go to seed, but that's okay because the hummingbirds love them. Hummingbirds love Mexican sunflowers. And my center iron plant stand. This got freshened up a little bit with some vinca. And since I've been out of commission, when I come out into the yard, I can see that they've grown so nicely. And in the center, I have some, what is that called? Some petunias, but there's a name for them. I'll post the link. Those grew back from seed. I can't believe it. They were here last year, and I guess the dirt inside had little seeds, or maybe it was from the roots. I'm not sure. But those came back from seed. And I did put a couple of the Creeping Jenny cuttings. I just stuck it in the dirt, and look it, I did not buy this plant. This just came back from a cutting. I love that. Almost looks like a green waterfall. I forget the name of this. This has been here since last year. It makes these little blue flowers. It's like I want to pet my plants. Just reminds me of like a horse's tail or something. It looks so pretty, just kind of falling over the vinca. So it was definitely fun to come out into my garden after not being out here and seeing that, you know what? It's doing pretty good. Not bad at all. Wave petunias, that's the name of them. Not funny. I'm 60 years old and my brain doesn't work as good as it used to. And for those of you who have never been to my channel, I know I'm crazy. I have 16 or 17 doors and I painted them all. And in this little corner, my little vinca here didn't survive the heat wave. Vincas are kind of weird. If you disturb their roots or something, they can just die without any warning. I'm not really quite sure why they do that. And I have another little vinca growing inside this antique. You know, like when you see the old Western cowboys, they'd put a water kettle on the barbecue, or let's see, I don't know how to describe that. Anyway, this is like an old water kettle, and I guess people would put those on top of their wood burning stoves. That's what I wanted to say. And they would heat up their water that way. So I'm just growing a vinca out of it. Okay, this is what's been really, really neglected. My narrow space vegetable garden. Look at this. Okra. I should have picked the okra a long time ago. There's no way I can eat that. It's just going to be too rough and stringy. So I'm just going to leave it alone and let it go to seed. And you think that one is bad? Oh my goodness. This okra is huge. There's no way I can eat that. You know, that's okay, because sometimes I just grow things because I think they're pretty, and sometimes I grow things for pollinators. Look at all the tomatoes on this plant though. This is just a little cherry 100. So good. I just come out and pop them in my mouth. Yeah, those are tomatillos. Like I said, my garden has been completely neglected. Mexican sunflower. Oh, this is a sun gold. This is my absolute favorite tomato in the whole world, sun gold. So good. Another, another okra. But you know what's really cool? There's all kinds of little, focus. There we go. All kinds of little eggs from those, I think they're those white butterflies that everybody kills and they hate. But you know, I grow a lot of things because I just love nature and I really believe in the ecosystem. Just like aphids, you get rid of all the aphids, well then what are the ladybugs gonna eat? So, and I have 3 okras. So whatever. I just think it's really fun to watch and discover nature. So I don't kill them. I don't spray my garden with anything at all. Not even BT. I hear BT is really popular. I don't spray anything. I get along with spiders. And so this is one of those pear tomatoes and I absolutely hate it. I don't even care to pick these tomatoes and eat them. I think it's a pretty plant. But the tomatoes, they're just like really not even flavorful, not tangy, not sweet. They're just kind of blah. I will never grow it again. I absolutely hate it. If you ever want to grow a good tomato plant, the Sun Gold is the yummiest tomato plant in the whole world. I just clean them off on my pants and pop them in my mouth. And here's my tomatillo plant. You know, I don't even know what to do with tomatillos. I just grew it because I think it's really pretty. See? I don't even know what to do with them. I'll just put them in the compost. But they were really, really fun to grow. Yeah, those will all go in the compost. Speaking of compost, here's my compost piles. This bucket is almost done. Look at that. That is just gardener's gold. Almost done being decomposed. But I will definitely use this. I put all of my kitchen scraps, vegetables that I grow that I don't eat. And this one is baking. This one is new. So I put all the new stuff in there and let that bake. And pretty soon that one will be for taking. So that's my narrow space vegetable garden. It was completely neglected, but you know, oh well, that's life. Can't be perfect all the time, and that's just the way it goes. Look at all those tomatoes. But I tell you one thing, it sure is good to be out in the garden. I missed it out here. I was good for about 30 minutes. I would come out here and then the sun would just, I would say, okay, I'm done. I gotta go back inside. I don't know if any of you have ever had COVID, but oh man, it's rough. It just sucks the life and energy out of you. That's for sure. Okay, let's go over here. So yeah, I'm really thinking about taking that bench and table because I really don't sit there too much. I just think one of those, like maybe a 3-tier water fountain would be so pretty there. I would love to know what you think. Please let me know in the comment section. Okay, so here's the lantana again. Oh, my petunia isn't doing too good. I'm telling you, that heat wave was just really rough. So I have this little iron trellis. I grow morning glories on that. And I thought I was going to grow a creeping Jenny, but this one didn't do too good. Oh well, didn't cost me anything. I didn't buy it. I just stuck a cutting in there. Right here against this building, we have a bougainvillea. And this one is called Elizabeth. Can you believe that? And did you know that bougainvilleas, these are not flowers at all. They're called bracts. The flower is actually the tiny little center, and that'll turn yellow at some point. So yeah, they're actually like purple leaves or bracts. And my dahlia is going to bloom again. How exciting. That's such a nice surprise, a tiny little bud. Okay, so I have 3 vegetable boxes. As you can tell, this one kind of has my old Mexican sunflowers in the center. I just didn't have the energy to toss all that debris in the compost or a garbage can. Over this archway, I have a passion flower vine, because the passion flower vine is a host plant to the Gulf Fritillary butterfly, same as the lantana. So the Gulf Fritillary butterfly really loves this passion flower vine. And in case you're wondering if passion flowers really make fruit, I just want to show you that yes, they do. That will eventually turn pink or purple and ripen up and be absolutely delicious, unless the birds get to it first, of course. In this box I have a little Miss Figgy fig tree. It's supposed to be a dwarf, but I don't think it's a dwarf. This thing got pretty big. And where's all my figs? I wonder if the birds finally discovered this. They never have in the past, and I've always been able to come out here and grab figs. You know, different times of year, there's different types of birds. So it could be the scrub jays, but they definitely ate my figs, that's for sure. Oh my goodness, those little rascals. Oh, and they're picky too. They're like, no, that one's not ripe enough. We'll wait till it ripens up. Okay, so now I have competition. So I used to have a tree there. Isn't the sky beautiful? God is so amazing. But when we had this block wall built, my tree was taken out. That's why a lot of things have been getting sun scorched to the left in those areas. Right here, these are normally shaded a little bit better. So I definitely have to put another tree up there. I think I'm gonna put the tree right there. I'm gonna put a Chinese pistache tree. That's what I'm gonna put there. Here's my propagation station. This is where I start succulent cuttings and grow seeds, and not grow seeds, but germinate seeds. That was such a dork. You don't grow seeds. Oh my goodness. And in this tire, I have a geranium and a pokeweed. I'm gonna make a video on this pokeweed. The story is so funny. I did not plant this, believe it or not. This just popped up from a seed, but I knew it was different. I said to myself, this looks really interesting. So I just let it grow, and look at that. I think it's beautiful. I did a Google search and people say you need to get rid of those. They're intrusive and horrible, but I think it is absolutely beautiful. So I'm not getting rid of that. Pokeweed, I love it. And on this side, I know it's kind of like I'm all over the place, but my garden isn't like a traditional start and finish. There's just stuff everywhere. So I have a corn growing. I just thought that was so random and fun. And in this tire, I have a sedum autumn joy. Oh yeah, I didn't show you back here. There's a Gara and another little yellow squash and a butterfly bush. Like I said, this is done blooming, but during the summer it just surprises you with more little blooms. And another sunflower that I don't have the heart to pull down just yet because it's providing so much food for the birds. You know, I didn't plant any sunflowers in my garden, not one. They all just came back from volunteer seeds. Okay, I'll come through this way. Yeah, my big heaping pile. But look at all the Mexican sunflower seeds. No wonder why they could just come back every year on their own. There's so many seeds in, well, maybe not in that one, but there's so many seeds here. And these are seeds from my verbena. Moving right along. This is one of those yellow Carolina jasmines. This blooms in the spring. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. More sunflowers for the birds. This is such a cute little corner. I just love it. In this old little vintage wash bucket, I have a, what is it called? A Calabacroa? I don't know. Isn't it just pretty? With some grass and a little coleus that I started from a cutting. It made roots and then I just popped it in the ground. Whenever I do containers, I always like to or try to do a thriller, a filler, and a spiller. That's like a formula to making perfect containers. So the coleus will be my thriller because that'll get nice and tall. Then my grass is the filler, and then this is the spiller. I would have liked to have put that coleus in there sooner, but you know what I'm gonna say, I haven't been out in the garden. And what would be a garden tour if I didn't show you my happy little place? This is where I do all of my potting and seeds harvesting, and just where I sit and have a cup of tea. My little happy place with my funky garden art or yard art, whatever you want to call it. My bottle collection, some of them anyway. Little signs that I paint. I paint shovels, and just where I can be myself and enjoy life and enjoy my garden. I got these little butterflies at the thrift store for $1.50 each. They're fabric. Very cool. You know, your garden is your own special place. So garden for yourself and don't worry about what other people think, because you're the one who's out in your garden, not the neighbors, not your friends. It's you. So make it your happy place, your little sanctuary, the place where you can just unwind and rest and fill your heart with love and joy, and don't worry about other people. Get rid of all your problems in your garden. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope you garden happy too, because gardening should be fun. Bye.